let's just start with 5x plus 10 upon 5x. ठीक है जी. अच्छा, most of the time what you need to understand is that what student make issue or problem is that they see that there's a 5, right, in the numerator, and they see a 5 in the denominator, right? If they see 5 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator, so they try to what? Cancel this, which is not good, right? Why? Because this 5x is also being divided by 10. So what we try to do is we try to make 5 the subject. So if we just take 5 common, what are you left with? X plus what? 2 upon 5x, right? So because 5 was common in both the numbers, so 5 is taken common. So 5 divided by 1 is 5 and 10 divided by 5 becomes 2. This 5 and this 5 can be cancelled now because obviously this was being multiplied. So when you see a number being multiplied, that can obviously be cancelled, but if the number is being added, you can't cancel it. Similarly, you see x squared plus 10x upon 5x, right? So what we can do is we can take x as common. You're left with x plus 10 upon what? 5x. So x and x is cancelled. You're left with what? X plus 10 upon what? 5. So this would be your answer for what? Part B. Okay, let's attempt part C again. See, what you need to understand is when you factorize or when you simplify, what you see common numbers, right? So 9x plus 6. So what is common here? We can see that 9 can be divided by 3 and 6 can also be divided by 3. So obviously 3 becomes common and I can see 3 in the denominator as well. So 3, you're left with what? 3x plus 2. We took 3 as common upon what? 3x. So 3 and 3 is cancelled. What are you left with? 3x plus 2 upon x. 3x plus 2 upon x. On the other hand, part D, if you see that we have x square minus 5x. So the number is not a common thing here because obviously this number, this particular thing does not have number. But there is a variable in x square and x. So what is the variable in x square and x? It is x. Can we just take x common? If we take x common, so what we'll be left with is x minus 5 upon what? X square. So square and x is cancelled. So you're left with what? X minus 5 upon what? X. So this will be your answer for part D. Now part E and part F. If I see that in the numerator, right, you do not have any number here, but you have variable that is x square and x. So when in the variable, you try to take down the least power. You try to take down the least power, right? So least power means that in the variable, the least power is x. So if we just take x as common, so that means x square. From x square, obviously, if x is out, you're left with what? X plus 8x. If x is out, you are left with what? 8 upon 2x. And you see that x and x can be cancelled out now. But remember, when x is taken as common, that only that can be cancelled out. This would be x plus 8 upon 2. This will be part E. Similarly, if you just see part F, you see in the numerator that x square minus 5x, you'll see that x is the main thing that is common between these two. But the lower power is only x. So this should be x as common. You're left with x minus 5. But in the denominator, What do you have common? 2x minus 10. 2x minus 10. So what common can we write down? 2. So you're left with x minus 5 again. So can we just say that this particular x minus 5 and x minus 5 can be cancelled out? So you are left with what? X upon 2, and this will become your answer for this. So x upon 2 will become your answer. Okay, let's just attempt this thing. Now, if you just see that you have a question that represents a quadratic expression in the numerator and a quadratic expression in the denominator. This is quadratic expression in the numerator and quadratic expression in the denominator, right? We will be using middle term breaking in the numerator and middle term breaking in the denominator. So what you see is that if we just open what? X square plus 6x plus 9, right? So this is 1. So 1 multiplied by 9 will become what? 9. And when we take factors of 9, we see that 9 comes under table of 1. 1 9s are 9 and 3 3s are 9. And when I add and subtract these two factors, I need to have what? 6. So 1 and 9 does not give me 6. Only 3 and 3 will give me 6. So middle term breaking means your first value and the last value will remain same. Your first value and the last value will remain same, which means x square plus 6x will be broken into what? 3x plus 3x plus 9. 3x plus 3x plus 9. We take common from these two numbers. The common will be x. You will be left with x plus 3. Then you have common from these two numbers, right? So this will be what? 3x plus 3, right? So if we just take common between these two, what we can do is we saw that this is x plus 3, this is x plus 3, right? So x plus 3 and x plus 3. You got two factors. Whenever you write down factors, we write what? Two factors, which is x plus 3 and x plus 3. So we write down this thing as what? X plus 3 and x plus 3. Clear enough? In the denominator, what happens is we have what? X square plus 7x plus 12. Now, x square plus 7x plus 12. So what we're going to do is we'll use the middle term concept again. And the middle term concept states that 1 multiplied by 12 is what? 12, right? So factors of 12 are 1, 12, 4, 3, 6, 2. But I need to have 7 in middle. So 112 does not give me 7 after plus minus. 6 2 does not give me 7 after plus minus. Only 4 and 3 will give me 7. So first value and the last value will remain same. X square. This should be what? 4x plus 3x plus 12. Common between these two will be x plus 4. And common between this will be what? 3 x plus 4. Which means x plus 3 and x plus 4. So this will be x plus 3 and x plus 4. So now you see that with respect to two different middle term breakings, what you got was two factors. So what I see is that x plus 3 and x plus 3, these two are same. So we can cancel these both. So if we just cancel these both, so what are we left with? We are left with only x plus 3 and x plus 4 as your answer for this question. So part B, what it says is x square plus 3x minus 4 upon x square plus x minus 2. So again, you have what? Quadratic expressions in numerator and quadratic expressions in the denominator. So we're gonna open it through what? Middle term breaking. So what we see is 1 here. 1 into 4 will become what? 4. Factors are 1, 4, 2, and 2. So we need to have 3, right? So 2 and 2 will not be used. 1 and 4 can be used only. X square. Since I need to have plus, I need to have what? Plus here. So plus, that means the bigger number will have plus and the smaller number will have negative, so that 4 minus 1 will become what? 3. So this should be what? 4x minus 4. Common x plus 4. What is the common here? The common here is minus 1. Because if there is no common in variable and number, then the common will be what? Minus 1. So when we take common as what? Minus 1, this minus will be eliminated, right? And this x will turn positive, right? So that this positive and this positive. So we write down x as positive. On the other hand, this is negative. Negative becomes what? Positive. And you see this brackets will be same. This is negative and this is negative. So negative will become what? Positive. So that when we open up the bracket, open up the bracket, this negative and positive, negative positive will become what? Negative again. And secondly, the brackets are going to be same. So this will be x plus 4 and the other bracket will be x minus 4. So in the numerator, I can write x plus 4 and x minus 1, right? Upon, then again, what do we have? We have x squared plus x minus 2. We need to middle term break the second one as well. So 1 multiplied by 2 will become what? 1 multiplied by 2 will become 2. Factors are going to be what? 2 and 1 only. 1, 2, 2, 1. But you need to understand that you need to have x in middle. You need to have what? X in middle. So x means only 1. So this means this is plus. So plus 2 and minus 1. So you'll have what? Plus x or plus 1, right? So what we can do is x square plus 2x minus x minus 2. Common between this is x plus 2 and common between these two number is minus 1. So you are left with x plus 2 again because minus minus will be positive. So x minus 1 and x plus 1 plus 2 will be the two factors. So x minus 1 and x plus 2 will be the two factors. What we can see is x minus 1 and x minus 1. These two can both be what? Cancelled out. So if these two are cancelled out, what are you left with? You are left with x plus 4 upon x plus 2. And this will be your answer for this particular part B. Again, part C, let's say that this is x squared plus 5x and this is x squared minus 3x. We can just see x as common in the numerator. So the common number will become what? X. And we'll be left with what? We'll be left with x plus 5, right? Upon, then what do we have? X common. We'll be left with x minus 3. So x and x is cancelled. You are left with what? X plus 5 upon x minus 3. So this will become your answer for part C. Let's just see that you do not have any common in the numerator, right? But you see that you have x square minus 16. This 16 is basically square of what? 4. You can write down 4 square, right? So what we can have is x plus 4 upon, we can also write down this as x square minus 4 square. A square minus b square identity can be written as a plus b and a minus b. So what we can do is we can always separate x square minus 4 square. So this thing will be separated as x plus 4 upon x minus 4 and x plus 4. Plus 4 and plus 4 is cancelled. You are left with what? 1 upon x minus 4. Remember this. This thing is x square minus 4 square. This thing is opened as what? Identity. Right? A and B, A plus B, A minus B. So that means this x will be A and this 4 will be what? B. So this should be x minus 4, x plus 4. If you can either way open with plus and minus, that is all up to you. Plus and plus is cancelled. So obviously when nothing is left, you are left with only 1. So 1 upon what? X minus 4 will become your answer here in the numerator. Okay, ji, factorize and solve these equations, right? So if we want to solve this and we know that this is quadratic equation with what? Equal to sign. That means now we need to make sure that we need to give answer till the end. That means we need to give answer till x. So what can be the answer? Let's say that this is already 1. So 1 into 16 is 16. Factors of 16 will be 116, right? 2 and 8, 4 and 4. So obviously now repetition will be 8 and 2, 16 and 1. The repetition will be 8 and 2 and 16 and 1. So what we need to understand is that we need 10. 1 and 16 can't give me 10. And 4 and 4 can't give me 10. Only 8 and 2 can give me 10. Right? So if 8 and 2 can give me 10, we need to have negative 10. So negative 8, negative 2 will give me negative 10. Because negative will be what? Positive, but sign of the greater number. So what we can do is x square minus 8x minus 2x plus 16 equal to what? 0. This sign is very important because see, you have negative here. And both when we have negative, this will be what? Positive. So 8 plus 2 will be what? 10. But sign won't change. Sign is only change when we multiply. In addition and subtraction, sign will always be the one with the higher number. So this is minus 8, so minus comes here. So minus is plus. 8 plus 2 becomes what? 10. But obviously the sign will be of what? Negative. So this becomes negative 10. So now we can take common x minus 8. We take common from here minus 2, x minus 8 equal to what? 0. Now the two factors will be x minus 2 and x minus 8 equal to 0. So whenever you have factors, these both factors will be equated by what? 0. These both factors will be equated by 0. Now when we are equating this by 0, so the answers will be x minus 2 equal to 0, x minus 8 equal to 0. So minus 2 will turn to what? Positive 2. And this will be what? Positive 8. So you'll get how two numbers, that is x is equal to 2 and x is equal to what? 8.